This is Havana, the capital city of Cuba and easily its largest, with a population of over 2 million people. This city is rich in history and culture. It is a city full of energy, and trust me, when you're there, you really do feel the energy that surrounds you. But to truly understand Havana and Cuba in general, there are several things throughout history that have really formed this country. Cuba is home to probably two of the most recognizable people in human history, Fidel Castro, and the other even more polarizing and more popular is probably Che Guevara. But even more than the large-scale effect that these two men had on the country and its future is something else that you've probably heard of before.
The embargo. The embargo.
The embargo.
An embargo.
Embargo?
The embargo. But what is an embargo? If you do a quick Google search, without getting way into detail about this, it is essentially imposed an official ban on trade of a country or its commodity, and this has definitely made a huge impact for the last several decades on the economy of Cuba. But in this video, I don't want to get too political. I just want to show you guys what my experience was like exploring Havana, Cuba for 24 hours. So to start off our journey, we actually left from our resort in Varadero, Cuba. So we took a cab from Varadero for about 2.5 hours until we were able to get to Havana, Cuba. I actually really enjoyed the drive there, just getting to experience seeing different landscapes in different parts of Cuba while you're driving through, and how dramatically it changes too once you actually arrive into Cuba. We started off our Havana trip going to actually one of the main squares in Old Havana. This area was actually really nice and a lot nicer than a lot of the places we were seeing just driving through Havana. But of course, probably because this is more of a touristy area, we wanted to try some food in Cuba because it has such a bad reputation for having really bad food. But our experience eating here at La Perita in this area was actually very good.
Very delicious.
You gotta get a weekend sandwich.
When you ordered the chicken yesterday, I almost slapped you. I was like, are you serious?
I got pork.
Barbecue pork sandwich?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of nice to be off the resort, and actually have pretty good food now. While we were eating, the most random but really cool thing happened. Speaking to some of the locals in Havana was actually one of the funnest things that we did while we were there. Our cab driver driving us to our friend's hotel was actually a really cool guy, and he told us that he's given rides to tons of celebrities in Cuba, like he's given rides to Kim Kardashian, Madonna, and even Mick Jagger. This place truly transported me to somewhere in Europe. But after enjoying that beautiful night, it was time to grab some food. The staff at Casa de Ortega recommended that we go to Havana 309. And I'm telling you, when we first arrived, it was all dark and we were like, what the hell did we get ourselves into? You go up these like huge flight of stairs, but then it opens up to this absolutely beautiful place overlooking all of the waterfront of Havana. I can definitely say that Havana, and the Cubans especially, can really make some incredible dishes, especially for what they have to work with, especially considering how difficult it is to get ingredients for food.
Hey.
Yeah! Woo! Woo!
See, this is the kind of so nice. Yeah, she crushed that.
One of my favorite things to do while visiting a new city is to walk around some of the less touristy and lesser known areas to really take in some of the more of the local life that they have to offer. We walked down through this neighborhood pretty close to our Airbnb and found this restaurant that surprisingly was quite good with some really good breakfast options. If you're thinking of going to Cuba, it definitely does deserve more than just 24 hours exploring here. Like, I feel like we didn't even scratch the surface of the opportunities and things that you can see in Havana. So definitely make sure to give yourself at least 2 to 4 days to really explore the city and to really immerse yourself in their culture. But I'm hoping one day that I get to go back to Havana and really get to explore more of it. So that's the end of this video, guys. Make sure as always to smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.